What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Comps channel. We have a bit of a different video in store for you today, as it isn't exactly radio related, but it'll be something we'll be using a lot on the channel here soon, as we'll be doing a number of soldering projects. And that something is going to be this autofocus 4K digital microscope that just earned a permanent spot on the soldering bench here, which I'm excited about because this will not only help me with soldering projects, but with its video output and recording functionality, it'll also improve this channel's video content while we work on these upcoming projects. First of which will be the Nucleo TNC. If you've been a viewer for a while, you know that we love the VR-N76 UV Pro and now the VR-N7600 for their packet radio capabilities. But if you have a radio that doesn't have this capability built in, like this Yaesu VX6 or even a Baofeng, building a Nucleo TNC that you can hook these radios up to will give them packet radio capabilities. But more on that in a later video. For now, join us as we take a look at this digital microscope from Tomlov.
Studios here, Morse on guard. Aircraft 4 miles west of Bainbridge Airport.
Okay, I'll be back in 60 seconds.
We're approaching a restricted area. Restricted area is 1 mile west.
Before we get into it, Tomlov sent this digital microscope for this video, but as always, all opinions are my own and they have no input into this video. First, let's get into why you may want one of these. If you have good eyes, a microscope like this will be a bit overkill for through-hole soldering projects like the Nucleo TNC, but if your eyes aren't what they used to be, having one of these can be a big help. Or even if you still have good eyesight but want to do some work with surface mount components, which are tiny and much harder to work with, then having a microscope like this can almost be a necessity. Here's a side-by-side of a through-hole mount resistor compared to a surface mount resistor, so you can see just how much smaller surface mount work is. For my use here, I'm mainly using this to help show the work being done on video, but I'll also be doing some surface mount work as well eventually. Now let's go ahead and go over the microscope. Out of the box you get three main pieces, the 8-inch display head, and the bottom of that is where the microscope itself is, along with buttons to control the focus. Then there's the flex arm column and an LED ring light with a knob to adjust the brightness. The setup of everything was very simple and the included instructions were easy to follow. Looking at the back of the display here, we have a USB-C port for powering the microscope, HDMI port so you can use the included HDMI cable to share the video feed to a larger screen, micro SD slot for inserting a card for storing footage of standalone video recordings and images with its video and picture taking function. It also comes with a 64 gig card, so you're ready to go out the gate. And finally, there's a 5-volt USB-A port to provide power to other devices as needed. It also includes a handy, large, heat-resistant soldering mat, which has part bins with lids for securing components, magnetic pockets for screws, and 124 component pockets to keep things secure and organized. Really handy to have, especially when working with tiny electronic components. The flexible arm is easy to adjust and move around as needed while working on things, or to just get it out the way when it's not. Powering on is quick and boots to a live 4K image from the microscope within a few seconds. Now as far as focusing goes, on the front below the screen, we have the buttons to control this. The P1 and P2 on top are configurable focus presets. Then we have the plus and minus buttons for manual focus, and the AF button is for the autofocus. The autofocus works pretty well, although it does hunt for focus briefly, so it isn't instantaneous, but quick enough and faster than manually focusing. Another handy feature of this microscope is the HDMI port we mentioned earlier, which allows for displaying the image on a larger screen, as you can see here on the small TV I have sitting on the desk here. Not only that, you can also hook the microscope up to a Windows-based computer and display the live view on there as well, for a total of 3 screens. Now let's go ahead and have a look at the menus. The first icon is for playback of recordings. Then the next option is where we can change image settings, which has a bunch of configurable options like AE, which is the auto exposure settings, image brightness, autofocus, effect, where we can change from a standard color image to either black and white or negative, which looks kind of cool and almost looks like an X-ray or something. Then below that, we have an option to turn on wide dynamic range. There's also a second page of image controls where we can set contrast, saturation, flip or mirror the image, and more. We can pretty much dial in the image to look at however we need with this microscope. Then for the next set of menu options, we have a page with some additional settings and features. Now I won't go over every little thing in this video, but there's a few cool handy features in this menu. The first one is a split screen, and this will allow you to have a regular view on one side of the screen and then a zoomed in view on the other when you need to get close. The next cool feature is image freeze, and this will let you basically take a picture of what you currently see on live view, then that image will stay on the left side of the screen, and then the live view will continue on the right side. Handy if you need to make a side-by-side comparison of something else you're looking at. You can either do this on the left and right, or top and bottom, or if you want to, you can even compare 4 things total with 3 images and 1 live view with this 4-screen setup here. And that just about covers everything I wanted to highlight in this video. If you want to see this microscope in action on a full project, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, because we'll be starting on the Nucleo TNC build with this microscope soon. If you're interested in picking one of these up for yourself, we'll have affiliate links to it in the video description below. Also, Tomlov has provided me with a discount code for 10% off your order until the end of the month, and we'll provide that code under the link below. That's it for now though, and we hope to see you on the next video. Thank you all and have a good one.